Coming off mute is really useful. Isn't that the theme of 2020, isn't it, guys? Nice move. I wasted the best intro as well. So without further ado, this is Ollie, the UK commish. I'm here. It's Victory Monday. I have got the crew with us. Guys, as I bring you on, don't forget to unmute. It's a bit of a Ricky move. So, Tony, good evening.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, loud and clear, man. Loud and clear.
How we doing? You all right?
Very well, very well. Good evening. Mitch.
Raiders. Oh, it's Victory Monday, boys, and it's sweet. How are we?
Oh, man. That was a corker of a game. Oh, doesn't Victory Monday feel good? Doesn't it feel good?
Incredible.
Love it.
Just wake
guys,
up feeling like a new man. It's amazing.
Guys, hit us up in the comments. Let us know you're here. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know how just oh, it's great. It's great. So we've got people in the chat. Who have we got here? Let's have a look.
Yeah, Simon's
in the house. There's 23 of you. Chris. Evening, guys. Evening. Great to have you. Who else we got? Stevie. Pete. Numbers going up. Great to see you guys. So, Victory Monday. What happened yesterday, guys?
I'll tell you what did happen yesterday. I'll tell you what did happen yesterday. Lewis Hamilton equaled Michael Schumacher's record in Formula One. So there's your irrelevant news for this week.
I thought that was the last segment.
Nice work. Is there any football?
Yeah, I think who played last? Who played yesterday?
Did the Donkey's game get postponed?
They did.
Irrelevant news again.
They did.
Like that.
I also know that the Los Angeles Chargers played yesterday, didn't they? Was it yesterday?
No, they played Thursday.
Oh, was it Thursday? No, so nothing happened yesterday.
No, they didn't. I don't know. Was there any other football?
I tell you what, guys. I do know something happened on Saturday.
What happened Saturday?
All I can hear is EastEnders.
EastEnders. This stream's going to get yanked off of YouTube. Well, no, I can tell you guys. Something happened on Saturday.
We had a show Saturday, but other than that.
Yeah. I've got something for you.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
Let's go.
My prediction: Chiefs 42, Raiders 16.
Ooh.
And I bring up that crow because I'd be more than willing to eat it next week if I am wrong. But I got to go with what history tells us. Chiefs 42, Raiders 16. I'd be more than willing to eat it next week if I am wrong.
That's
I remember. Yeah, someone. What was it? Crowing about us losing, I think was.
Yeah.
Crowing,
so
I'm just
counting on the screen. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It's 3 of us here.
But not the guy that was raving about.
I'm not great at math, but I think we're missing.
We're missing someone.
We are. Has he no show?
Wouldn't that be all if he didn't show up?
I can't believe he's not turned up.
I tell you what would be better, right? Is if Kevin, the Raider nerd, was here to get his absolute stick. Wouldn't that be good?
I can already see it in the chat. Stevie's there. Simon.
Yeah. He's let down a lot of people here tonight.
I want everyone to just give him as much stick as possible.
Look, most of you guys have got the three of us on on direct, so just send us a message direct if you want to hit him up with something. You don't even want to put it in the chat. If it's that harsh, straight to us. It is this evening the roasting of Kevin, the Raider Nerd. Good evening, Kevin. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh, here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it's happening.
I'm sorry, I can't even talk. Oh, he's got a nice plonk for this evening as well.
That's a perfect plonk with the crow, that is.
I bet he's gonna taste good. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Never better.
Perfecta?
Never better.
Oh, brilliant.
Doesn't
You were
he
supposed to
look
kill it
delicious?
first.
Look at him. Oh,
Wasn't
he
this how
looks so
coronavirus started?
Shocking.
good. I'm here to eat some crow.
Oh, man. Oh, Kevin.
Do you mind if I drink? What's up, guys? How you doing? What's going on?
All the better.
No one's listening, right? There's like no one in the chat, right? Right?
One or two. One or two.
Just a couple.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or maybe I should make this like that. There you go. How's that? Right there.
There you go.
Can that be stitched on to the Raider Nerd outfit going forward, like permanently?
You know what? It seems like maybe I should predict our demise a lot more, maybe.
Please do.
He gives us performances like that. Yeah, I'm not going to complain.
Oh man, how's the chat doing there?
I'm throwing it up. They are throwing some shade.
Can we give it to Annie McLeod? She also predicted a win. So there we go. Not just you guys.
Well, by the looks of it, we were the only 4 people in the world that did predict a win.
Say, wow, yeah.
4.
Three.
Yeah, but Annie McLeod as well.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah,
She said we'd win. That would be 4. Obviously, someone down there didn't. But
man, I think that sums it up.
What hickory brown sugar sauce? What do you think? That should go with them, right?
Ooh, with some beautiful barbecued crow.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Absolutely.
For barbecue, I think roasting is the order of the day, not barbecue.
So yeah, we won a game.
We did.
I really would love to have been a fly on the wall in Kevin's house watching that game because it's like one of the best victories we've had in years. And I can just imagine Kevin sat there going, "No."
I had people. I had people texting me and messaging me, like, "Dude, what's going on?" And I kept saying the same thing: "Shut up! Don't jinx us! Shut up! Don't jinx us!" When that interception was caught by the Raiders, I yelled at the top of my lungs, scared the crap out of my dad in the next room. And Ollie, that's when you messaged me. He came over to watch the end of the game. You excited about that? Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Isn't he handsome? I'll still eat you.
Are you a wing or a leg man?
What's that?
Are you a wing or a leg man? What you starting off with?
I'm a leg guy.
Legs. Okay.
Yeah.
One legless guy coming up.
Or breast.
I was going to say, using the term breast or leg man.
Well, let's get into it. That
because can't wait.
Buzzing. Wait,
Yeah.
So let me hit us with this. Bang. So that was it. Raiders at the Chiefs in Sparrowhead, downed them. That was, I'll be honest, that was exactly what we wanted to see. Again, someone in Raider HQ in Henderson is watching this show. They said, look, those guys have said we got to do something different. And I would say we did. We played football properly.
Do you know what? That is the most complete game I've seen us play in years. Absolute years.
You know, offensively, we ran the rock when we wanted to run it. We passed the rock when we wanted to pass it.
Yeah.
Defensively, I'm going to get onto this later, but I don't know if Gunther was calling that because something changed. I saw what changed, and either Gunther doesn't have a job anymore or we have been bagging on that guy unnecessarily because he pulled it out. And well, special teams. Yeah, we did a few kick returns, just a couple.
I think the balls dropped on the Raiders. They went for it on fourth down.
Exactly.
Twice. Was it twice?
Twice.
Yes. Yep.
Twice we got it.
Yep.
And both times, who got the ball? DC. Gruden
DC.
went, get that ball, put it in your hand, and take it. It's that classic thing. It's that classic thing with 4th and 1. How many plays in your playbook are designed to get 1 yard? All of them.
The
All
Chiefs
of them are
are
designed to get at least 1 yard.
the Chiefs are experiencing a very high rash of rug burn.
That was dreadful.
You're welcome. Yeah, thank you. I'm here all day. I got plenty of food. I'm right here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Man. That joke's for the birds, Kevin.
Oh,
I'm just
man.
gonna fly out. All right.
See, the bird liked it.
Yeah, that was good.
So let's show our high caliber show that we are. Is, you know, obviously we've hit a peak with the Crow, but there's some stats here for it. And what I did is I left on the averages because it kind of shows you how much we derailed them with their rush. And that comes down to the defense. And that comes down to a very, very stout defense. And we won every single phase of football out there. Every single phase that matters. You know, points scored, obviously, third quarter was pretty quiet. But, you know, that was just a back and forth. That was a proper chess game going on. Nice to see an explosion. I wouldn't say huge explosion of points, but against a team that can score fast, the fact is we kept toe to toe with them. In fact,
Yeah, we really.
a foot ahead. I don't think there's much there that surprises me. The only thing that actually surprised me, and we still won it, was the time of possession. Is I kind of felt like we had the ball for longer, and it shows you how reliant we are on big plays because they didn't have big plays. So yeah, what's your take?
I mean, it pretty much says it all there, doesn't it? I mean, it was to go into the half tied up. I mean, all of us on the virtual tailgate were like, this is great. You know, we are absolutely toe to toe, neck and neck with the Chiefs. And then we come out and in the second half and closed that high power offense down. And not only that, but we started to see a little bit of that foot on the throat mentality, going for it on fourth down twice. And, you know, rather than punting away at the end of the game, we said, no, that's it. We're gonna get this yard and we're gonna take the clock. We're gonna run the clock out. And you know, there was a late touchdown as well. It's just nice to see. It was more finally, like I said, we've seen a complete game of football. We've actually finally, I think, played 60 minutes of football for 60 minutes.
Yeah,
it was just an incredible watch.
The thing I like the most, can this thing cycle round to me without a couple of stats? No. The thing that table doesn't show, which I love, Patrick Mahomes has never lost a game by 8 points. Ever. He's only lost 8 games in his career. Ever. And only 2 of them games were by 7 points. The rest were by less. We have beaten Patrick Mahomes better than anyone else has beaten in the league. And he had the lowest completion percentage of his career at 51%. Do you know the last time he got the lowest completion percentage before this game? Against us in 2019 when they beat us 40-9. We destroyed Patrick Mahomes this game. And I love it. I absolutely love it.
Simon Jordan mentioned something too. Cleve Farrell, I think, had his best game in the pros. He was all over the place. Yeah. What I thought was really cool and interesting is when you're listening to the announcers on the game and they're mentioning who is on who on what tackle and such. First of all, we brought in Littleton, I think for one reason only, to cover Kelsey. And every time the ball was in Kelsey's area, you always heard Littleton was on that play. And it also helped, I don't know if you noticed, but Kelsey, for some reason, decided to be one of the only guys on the team to wear those bright yellow shoes or socks. He was very easy to spot. I don't know if that helped, but I just thought that was cool. Trent Brown, back in the game. Ruggs, back in the game. We got weapons. We got that was just fascinating. But I just want to say one of the most exciting, and I mentioned this on social media, one of the most exciting things that I really liked it, kind of showed the will to win, was Alex Ingold fighting for that first down. The defender gets his helmet knocked off.
Yeah.
That tells me everything that what that team was trying to do. And I mentioned also in social media is that when back in 2018, when Gruden was announced as the Raiders' new coach at his press conference, the first thing that the coach asked was, "Who's my fullback?" It's Alex Ingold.
What a bruiser he is.
Yeah.
I mean, that defense, we did something quite interesting, especially in the second half with Mahomes. And there was, it was Max's sack on him, but was absolutely made by Arden Key. It was genius what they cooked up.
That play.
So they hit Key. I don't know how tall he is. He's about 6'5", 6'6", something like that. But he hid, and he was playing spy. And we only rushed 3 on that play. But what happened is instead of him coming down and going, "Ooh, I see Mahomes, I can have him," he just shadowed him perfectly. And that gave him pause for thought, which gave us the extra second that we needed for Max to come and eat him for dinner. And to see that in the second half, we learned smarts, but to be able to do that, we had to hold coverage. That's why we could only rush 3. And our front 3, they did a hell of a job. So also just add that to the conversation on Saturday. We rushed 3.
The penalties
doesn't
too.
hang around. We're quite good with 3 up front.
I thought the officials did a great job on this game. I don't feel there was any penalty on either side that was like very questionable. I think they called a good game, and it was also nice too that we only had like 57 yards, and was it 6 to 8 penalties, while they had like 10 penalties and close to 95 yards.
Stats are here. Penalties: 10 for 94 on them, 8 for 59 on us.
Yeah. And it seemed like our penalties weren't crucial. They weren't demoralizing. They weren't game changers. They were just kind of like little things here and there. I think there was one 15-yard penalty that was a big one, a personal foul or something like that. I can't remember what it was. But the ones with the Chiefs against us seemed to hurt the flow a little bit more for them, which was great.
It depends if you go on Pat Mahomes' girlfriend's Twitter.
She don't know. She don't know what she's talking about.
If any of you do anything tonight, go on to that.
She was like, "Oh, it's a bad penalty," and Raiden.
Yeah, no, she said, "Yeah, the guys that are wearing black and white seem to be on the same team today."
yeah.
Well, I'll take that after all of the many, many years of that not happening.
All I saw underneath that was people posting the screenshots of the play the week before where Patrick Mahomes got ruled. What was the ruling? That he was stop forward progression as a runner, even though he wasn't past the line of scrimmage. I just saw that picture over and over again underneath that comment. But yeah, if you're Patrick Mahomes' wife, don't start talking about football rules. That picture, everyone in the chat, if you haven't seen it, go to what's her name, Brittany Matthews or something. There's the picture that she has pinned on her Twitter is of her and Patrick Mahomes announcing her pregnancy, and they photoshopped it. I won't spoil it, but yeah, it's worth the trip. It's worth the trip to Twitter. Maybe Ollie can bring it up for us whilst we talk. But what a!
I've sent you two funny Twitter things today, so I'm ready to on that. To be fair, Twitter's on fire today. It's bang on point, and the Chiefs are getting roasted.
There is someone we haven't mentioned performance-wise last night.
There is, and I doff my hat to this man. Go on, Tony. As you're there, I am cueing the graphic for you.
Hey, we saw a very different Derek Carr last night. We saw. We saw a lot more poise in the pocket, a lot more presence, a lot more moving when he needed to, and we saw deep shots.
Passing, but deep shots that were connecting as well.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
and they weren't pretty.
I love the fact that the Raiders emblem is covering some of the actual receptions that you have on this thing.
I've put the wrong one up. Sorry, guys. But yeah, there are 3 blue dots under there.
I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, I mean, to everyone.
Ollie intentionally done that to try and cover up the fact that actually Derek Carr did take deep shots. He's gone, no, can't see them.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of speaks for itself, really. We are pushing the ball down the field. He has found receivers downfield. We are getting scores downfield. And like we said on the virtual tailgate, it's not pretty. They could be better, but
I'll take them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take them. I'll absolutely take them. And the nice thing is that completion ratio. People say our secondary is doo-doo. Look at that.
Yeah.
I don't think Pat Mahomes is throwing 10 balls away.
No.
I think, listen, guys, or our defense is doing something.
Yeah.
Or Abrams flattering Tyreek Hill.
Everyone was covered very, very well. Everyone was covered very well. The defense did their job.
Over the last 2 games, don't worry about us. We're just the Raiders. We can lose 2 games.
Another honourable mention for Trayvon Mullen as well.
What a game.
He balled out. He straight balled out.
Yeah, for the second time this season. Was very visual.
Another question. Is it coincidence or is it correlation? We are 3-0 with Ruggs or 0-2 without. Do you see anything in that one?
With who?
We are 3-0 when Henry Ruggs is on the field, and we are 0-2 when he's not.
He changes defenses, man.
He does.
What's funny is that even before he stepped on the field, defenses were afraid of him. He carried that reputation to the field. He didn't really pay it off, but what he did was he proved it in this weekend's game. Now everyone is going to be watching and game planning for him. Dude's fast.
This is exactly what he's here for. He's here for his speed to open up things. You know, take Henry Ruggs out of the equation, and what a defense's game plan for Darren Waller and Nelly more recently. Put Ruggs back in. You have to honour Ruggs' speed, which takes a man off of Waller and
who was the guy that was like just signed to the team, came from the practice squad thing, and then he sacked Mahomes. What was his name? Does anyone know?
It was Chris something, maybe. I feel like
I'm like, how cool is that? I mean, you just jump onto the team and then boom, you sack like the Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Wasn't Malik Collins out?
Wasn't he?
No, he was. You're right. Hold on.
Which then gave these young guys chance, which has then ended up in some wicked. Obviously, it's not all down to these young guys, but
Chris Smith.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Like who? They're like, wait, who's Chris Smith? What? Did we plan for him? What?
I mean, it was just nice to see that we can coach a good game, because I think the play calls were on point. And we can coach a good game on the practice field as well, because people like Chris Smith don't just appear.
And Kenny Blair mentioned too, who's this Dayton Jones guy? He made some plays too. Like, what? Who's this guy? Don't know. But it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
I tell you an emergence of someone who I was not over the moon when we signed, because I was just like, he's done.
Can I guess?
That was Booker.
Oh, no.
Booker. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Booker.
Complimented well.
Yeah. Impressive. I thought he had a really nice outing, and with a nice 1-2 of that and JJ.
Yeah, between him and JJ, they combined for, was it over 140, 150 yards on the ground?
This goes back to what you said, Kev, about all the deep shots that we took, which were incredible. And then, like you said, they have to give up someone to start honouring the speed and honouring the deep shots that DC was taking. And Tony said, yeah, it takes men away from Waller, it takes men away from Nelly. It also takes people out of the box, and then you see someone like Booker come in and go, boom, 54 yards, was it?
That's the definition of doing the pass to set up the run.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
It was... Yeah. I don't know, like that play that we saw last night from every single player out on the field. I didn't see one player give up, and that play calling is why we are so passionate as Raider fans, because we fully know we are absolutely capable of it.
I've been extremely harsh on Carr and our coach, and the stuff that they gave us yesterday was what we've all wanted. And what I said, I wanted to be surprised. I wanted them to take chances, and whatever they did it, and they were able to switch up the game plan a little bit and switch things around. I mean, and they finally went freaking deep, man. Come on. It was great. Great.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it looks yesterday that we have that ability to attack you from anywhere on the field now, which is kind of what we've desperately been kind of looking for, and like I said, taking those deep shots. But yeah, because we've got on the Ruggs, we can attack you from anywhere on the field.
Paul Berry said that 8-minute drive in the third quarter was huge. It was. It just ate up so much clock, and it was.
And Mahomes won't be used to that.
Yeah,
he won't be used to.
I liked how the camera kept going over to him, just walking around.
I was just about to say this. So in the comments, Kenny's mentioned the 3rd and 18 to Renfro, which I think is the best 3rd and Renfro we've seen ever.
But, and then the camera goes over to Mahomes.
And he said that goes, you could see his mouth going wide open.
Yes.
Going, yes. Yeah.
That was good. Some serious good lip reading. There was a moment on.
But hold on. It sounded like wide open.
Yeah,
I mean the 8-minute drive, I kind of really sort of plays into the second half stats from yesterday, which were incredible. I don't know if
I'm ready. I'm almost ready.
You're almost ready. Okay.
I'm almost ready. It's great now.
I don't know if anyone's seen the second half stats from yesterday, but what an incredible adjustment at halftime.
And I only got these 2 minutes before, so they're not branded. They're straight stolen off of YouTube. So thanks, Good Morning Football. Thanks, Tony, for 2 minutes warning. But that is insane.
Yeah,
that 3rd down right there. They did all their damage on 1st and 2nd, obviously, and then I think once on 4th, if I remember correctly. But yeah, that's huge right there.
Yeah, over 5 on 3rd downs, and I believe Mahomes' pick come in the second half as well, didn't it?
He was so rattled.
Yeah.
So I don't know the stat line. I don't know the stat line because I'm ashamed it's not on there. I spent a good 25 minutes searching for this today in the office. The time of possession of the second half, apparently we had the ball like 8-10 minutes longer than they did just in the second half. I don't know the stat line on it completely. It was just a passing comment I heard last night on Dinner at Work. But yeah, apparently we just had the ball the whole of the half.
And Mad Max Crosby getting a sack on him. Oh, that was so good. I love the way he peeled out of that kind of block tackle and just turned around and got Holmes from behind.
Yeah, but that was the one I'm talking about. Yeah. That was Arden Key that just laid that up for him, just made him think. Because normally we would just bring the rush and what got there. We just left something there for Mahomes to think about and keep on pushing him to the sideline.
I want to ask you guys a question. Clive asked a good question. How did you guys feel when we were down 14-3?
I was just about to.
Here we go again.
It was strange. I went, here we go, but my brain was saying, we're not. We are still here because I was still looking. We didn't do that normal Raider thing at 14-3. We're going, fuck it. But our offensive play out there and our defensive play did not say 14-3.
Yeah, I think 7-3 down and Carr throws the pick. You kind of go, it's not throwing one all season, and this is the game where he started throwing one, and the floodgates are about to open now. We're about to see like a 4 or 5 pick game or whatever. But I think that was the pinnacle of short-term memory, like we were talking about the other week. Thrown that before, it would have been, you would have dwelled on that, and it would have been kind of a spiral downwards. But that was short-term memory. Come back out next drive. Let's get back on it.
And DC wasn't doing normal DC things. It was doing what we wanted to see from DC. Like, even after he threw that pick, the camera went to him. He'd normally, if he throws a pick or throws garbage balls, the next shot of him, he's sitting on the pine. And he's just sitting there like, kind of feeling sorry for himself slightly. He threw that pick and it cut to him. And he had a towel and he's like, wiping himself down. He stood up. Like, I'm forgetting that. I'm ready to go back in. And at that point, I was kind of like, DC is here. Like, he just showed up this franchise.
I hope it's a turning point in DC's season with us. That, like, obviously we had the conversation about the deep shots, and we have seen more this year. Like obviously Tony's been having dreams about them, but it's been wicked to see them. But I felt like this game was the game where it really excelled. If you've seen Space Jam, when the monsters get the power of the players and they go, "Oh my god, this is amazing," and they start running around playing basketball. That felt like Derek Carr. He threw one deep bomb, it connects, and then we get long touchdowns. And he's gone, "This is so fun. I'm just going to keep doing this all game." And it worked so well.
Early on in his career, he did it early on in his career, and as we said on Saturday, I think he forgot he can do it.
Yeah.
It's like when he finally beat Boise State in college. He finally got that monkey off his back and was able to do that. But I got a question for you guys. It's funny because Stevie McLeod's like, I was like, F, no crow being eaten during that first quarter there. But question for you guys, who actually did get closest to guessing the score out of you guys? Because obviously I failed.
Got 40 points. I got 40 points on the nose, but
I think I went 42-28, to be fair.
Okay.
I still say that was a second.
I did not double pick. I'll do another rewind edit then, and I didn't double pick.
Yeah, feel free to not show that one of mine ever again. Show your guys' correct ones.
It's going into the intro.
That was brilliant, by the way, dude. That was really good.
I've just seen Clive's comment on the back of what I said about Carr having the tools to do that and throw deep. Obviously, Ruggs has been a massive help. But another point I wanted to make as well, which just blows my mind even more, we did this and we are still not at full strength. We've still got Incognito to come back, and we've still got Brian Edwards to come back.
Yeah.
Like, I imagine this game with them as, oh, wow.
I wanted to share a stat that a friend of mine did, and Stuart Ray reminded me of this. First QB over 300 yards versus Chiefs this season. This is great. But my buddy Kevin Granberry, who is the president of the Atlanta Raiders Booster Club, and I know him dearly, great guy for all the times I've spent with him. Derek Carr is the first Raiders QB to have 2 touchdown passes over 50 yards since Tom Flores did it in 1966, also against the Chiefs.
Mic drop. Oh, beautiful.
Very nice.
Everything.
Very nice.
And signed, too.
Humble brag.
Hey, if I'm going to eat crow, I'm going to eat some humble pie, right?
We love it. We love it.
Brilliant.
Back on some stats.
Oh, go on. Sorry. I don't want to get in between you and your stats.
Derek Carr is top 10 in pretty much every quarterback stat there is so far. 7th in total yards, 9th in yards per attempt, 1st in completion percentage, 10th in yards per game, 6th in touchdowns, high top with least interceptions, and 5th in QBR, and 4th in passer rating. That excites me, and it's not checked down.
That puts a thought process through my head, which I'm just going to address this one point in the chat, and then we're going to move on really quickly. And I'm going to flash it up really quickly, and then you can know what you're looking for. Shh. Not okay. Shh. Not at game 5. You don't talk like this. Not yet. No.
Yep.
Something on the juice.
That's where I was going with this, right? And I'm not addressing that point. I was talking to Mitchell about this. I actually think for us, the bye week has come at the perfect time because we have a young roster. We've just come off what will be the crown of this season, unless other things happen, of this regular season. That is the crown of the regular season because beating a divisional rival in their house is one of the best things you can achieve in the regular season. So I think the bye week coming now is absolutely perfect because the next game we have is no joke. And I think we need to let the guys go whoop and then calm. We need to forget about this win as quick as possible. And I don't want these young guys to be reading headlines and believing the hype. Forget about it. Let another weekend of football happen before we play another big game.
This is going to be interesting. Good point on that, Ollie, because after the bye week, yes, we're playing Tampa Bay, but it is a marquee game, prime time, Sunday night against Tampa Bay while we're at home. And all eyes not only are going to be on us in the game, but what we just previously did to the Chiefs. Then we're on the road. We go to Cleveland, who's 4-1 right now, playing quite well and putting up points.
Yep.
Then we got at Los Angeles Chargers, which is a home game for us.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to disagree with you, Ollie. I think the bye weeks come at the wrong time. Before this game, I think it was coming at the right time. We needed that break and we needed to just kind of reset and what have you. But off of a game like that and a win like that last night, momentum is everything in this league. And you need those guys to go into a game next week up going, oh, we can do this. We can put together games like this. And
I would like them to be a great point though, Tony, but I want them to be healthy,
I don't think we're mature enough yet. And I come to that with, it was the kind of the Abram, has he matured to calm down? No, he hasn't. No. He was running around like a missile a week ago and looking like a buffoon. And then I recommend watching this. And this is why my comments, I am slightly concerned about Henry Ruggs. Please go and watch his post-game presser. I do recommend. It's 4 or 5 minutes long. It is worth watching. I am concerned about the gentleman's ego. It's not what he says, it's what he doesn't say. And you know what he wants to say. And I am concerned that someone like that needs to calm down a little. I think he believes there is the letter I in team, is all I will say about that. Watch the presser. I think we just need to take a moment. I understand about momentum, but I think we just need to be able to coach these guys 2 weeks of healthy football and get back out there.
No, I agree. Go on.
While we're on the subject of the bye week, this is like contradicting everything that's been said already. Correct me if I'm wrong. We can go top of the AFC West on our bye week by not doing a thing if the Bills beat the Chiefs. Because then we're both 3-2 and we have the head-to-head. Is that correct?
The divisional head-to-head, yeah.
Yeah.
They got to go to Bills, don't they?
We can just sit on the couch. We can put our feet up. We can watch the game and then go top of the dip.
I'd rather snatch it from him later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because to watch little Kermit at the end of that game, that was the nicest thing, was going, yes, we beat the Chiefs. But then watching little Kermit, it's like when, you see TB12 throwing a hissy fit. Watching Kermit throw a hissy fit was even better because it was just like, you look like a Muppet, you sound like a Muppet, and look at you, you are a Muppet.
Do we know, have you guys, I have not listened to any media regarding this game. Has it been more about how the Chiefs lost the game, not how the Raiders won the game, or have the Raiders been getting some praise?
Yeah, what's wrong with Mahomes? What happened to Mahomes last night?
They're not talking about how it fell apart or anything, but it's like you didn't perform. You didn't do as you perform.
Do you think the Raiders Chiefs game will be the most watched studied tape?
For sure, because we just found out how to ruin them.
Ollie said this earlier to me. Every single team who's playing the Chiefs this year will be watching that game now. We've just broken their undefeated streak of 40 games, and who else are they going to watch when they beat up on the Patriots? No. They're going to go, the Raiders beat them, and they didn't just sneak a win. They absolutely destroyed them. If that actually goes over with Carlson, it's a 2-score game at the end, and before they score, their 2-point conversion, 3-score game. So, 100%. Every team's going to be watching this game.
A bottom third defense shut down one of the most electric offenses the NFL has ever seen. That's a pretty big storyline, but yet, nope. No media outlet is talking about that. It's like, They weren't as electric. And it's like, no, STFU, give us some respect. Our defense played damn good football, and our offense owned that field. And our coaches just outcoached them. And it was that's what's annoyed me.
Yeah, I mean, Steve McLeod's put in the chat there, Raiders have been getting some props. Correct, they have, but the tone of it is very much through gritted teeth. It's very... it tastes like vinegar coming out the mouth. So, you know...
They got the win. Right, move on. Next topic, yeah.
Talking of post-game, I'm going to get mad now. Talking of post-game, people in SB UK who know me will know this. One thing I'm annoyed about the most, we didn't get a John Gruden disco. There's been no locker room video. That's what I look forward to. That every win, we have no disco.
I'll tell you what, we'll close the show tonight with a dance.
Okay, that makes me happier. That makes me happier.
So we opened with crow eating, then we got to the main business of the show, and then we'll have a dance.
Close the disco. Yeah.
You get a little bit of everything here. A little bit of everything.
There's no plus ones, Kev, so you can't bring your bird to the disco.
I hope you don't mind, but I might not eat this guy. I kind of like him now.
So, you know, what do you guys think? What's the plan for the next 2 weeks ahead? Guys, hit us up in the chat. You know, what do you want to see? Would you rather, well, obviously we can't change when the bye week is, but you know, is it about health?
Tony could if he would.
You know what? It genuinely concerns me. I think Tampa Bay.
Tony would have played Bucks today if he could.
That's a huge game. If we come out and perform well against the Bucks and beat them, we can carry that momentum on. But if we're complacent or we come out a bit flat from the bye week, that will set the tone for the rest of the season. And this win means nothing. Well, not means nothing because obviously, beating the Chiefs always means something, but just really concerns me.
I just think TB12 is frankly, he is all that is that team at the moment, and he is hot and cold. But even when he's hot, is he on a par with Mahomes? No.
Are we getting? I forgot how long he was out. Are we getting Incognito back by Tampa?
Back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the only guy we're not getting is our corner, right? Because we should also get our other young receiver back.
Yeah, no, Damon Arnett's out.
Yes, Arnett's out, and then we should be getting our other receiver, right?
Right, will be back. Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah. So
did we see any Rico last night? He was questionable, wasn't he?
Who's that, sorry?
Rico.
Who? What's that?
No, Rico was in.
Don't. Because don't.
Did we see any long bomb touchdowns?
We did.
we
Was Rico on the receiving end of him?
Rico Gafford felt that touchdown pass slip between his fingers. But he wasn't between his fingers. He was overthrown because that is not on Rico Gafford. Not on my watch.
Brian Edwards and Richie will be back. So having Richie back will be huge for that line.
Richie just concrete. And it was nice to see, Trent stick out there for all 4 quarters and not go down with something minor.
Interesting point as well. Whenever Derek Carr was having to slide around.
Every time Tony talks now, I'm like, we got some news now.
No, sorry. I'm not allowed to give you my irrelevant news tonight. So I have got some irrelevant news for you, but I'm not allowed to give it. So no, every time DC slid around in the pocket last night, and I know he's a right-handed quarterback, but it's always out towards Trent Brown's side. So he obviously feels a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of safety.
Or is it because the other side is not as good, and that's where the rush is coming from?
How many times have you seen him just kind of move around the pocket?
Not a lot. That's the problem.
Exactly, and he did last night. And Trent Brown was back. I don't know if there's a correlation between the two, but it just seems to me that he's a bit more comfortable with the right-hand side of the line when Trent Brown's in the lineup.
Okay.
That being said, he's a right-handed quarterback, so he will naturally slide right. But
Is this the same as Ollie's theory that Clyde Edwards-Hilaire always on left?
Dude, I'm gonna go and get them. I'm gonna go get next gen stats. Yourself, you're hostless.
I want to see next gen stats like one run left and like 54 lines to the right.
Getting them.
While Ollie searches for that, talking of schedule as well, we're sitting at 3 wins right now, and again, I don't want to jinx it. Games in the middle, it just gets slightly easier. Our last 6 games this season: Falcons, Jets, Colts, Chargers, Dolphins, Broncos.
It was certainly a tougher start of the schedule. That's for
you've
sure.
Got to hope you've got to pencil 6 wins there. I'm sorry, but
not if
Colts
we start drinking the Kool-Aid, and that's why I think the bye week is so important now.
One game at a time. Let's not jinx it.
I
remember
agree,
that Jets game last year.
That was.
Why are you going to bring that up? Do
you want me to make another stupid prediction? I will. Gosh damn it!
No, not on this show. Saturday show.
By the sense of it, you need to keep that crow handy.
So, whilst we carry on banter, I'm just going to ask a question in the chat. We're kind of rolling. We're 6 shows in. We've got the bye week. It's going to be pretty bleak on news. So it's Tony's going to be in his prime there for irrelevant news. So look at him. He's limbering up, getting wallpapers ready and everything. So, guys, what do you think? Should we have the show next Saturday? Look, it's almost worthless doing the Monday show unless you want us around the world. But do we run Saturday show? A guy's going to join in. That's my business piece over. Back to the topics, but let us know in the comments. Should we be on Saturday and should we be on Monday? Cool.
And if so, for some segment ideas, let's have some fun on our little week off. What should we do?
Yeah. We must be able to cook something up.
I already regret saying that because I can already see what's going to be said. But no, yeah, definitely. We'll get something going.
Cheers, Clive.
Oh, well, I need to get that heart shape animation, don't I?
Hashtag man crush.
Silver and Black UK speed dating. I think this is turned into.
People like irrelevant news.
Irrelevant news.
People like irrelevant news.
Okay. The irony is, right, they had a positive test Sunday morning in the facility.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. It's definitely in the notes somewhere that I wrote that down.
That was pretty terrible.
Stephen Jones wants crow cookery lessons.
Crow cookery lessons. Okay.
Simon wants to completely rip up the schedule. Look at that.
Right.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, I think in reflection, good to see what we've all expected of this team. And that is why we're so passionate as Raider fans. So finally, we know we are capable of this. We now need to show we are capable of sustaining this.
And the question of throwing all these youngsters out there has really been answered. They really took a chance on this because, remember when they were cutting it down to the 52-man roster, they were letting go some guys that had been around for a while that were experienced, but they felt this is before the injuries really started piling up that first game or two. They felt confident that these young guys can do it and that we had a decent enough depth, and I think we did.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. That's it. Awkward ending. Let's get it done.
Dale's got a great idea. Why don't we do an episode on the Clemson Raiders while we're on the bye week?
Saw something about, hey, we got all these Clemson players. Why don't we go snag their DC? That was like, what?
I remembered something before we go. I remembered something.
Stop the press.
This is a proper
Wait a
rewind.
minute. Do you need an intro? Because I've learnt my lesson about giving intros. I am going to ask, do you need an intro? Go on.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Have you left me on my own? Completely on my own. I'm waiting for my intro. I haven't seen it yet. This is the worst intro.
You've got an intro as well. Just go for it, mate.
I'm not sure if my technology failed or there was no intro, but I'm still sat here waiting for something.
Yeah, you got it. Just far away, man.
Simon goes awkward.
Any? No,
This
we got
best
time.
be-
Still waiting for this intro.
This best be as good as the Jets haven't tested positive.
This is a hot. It's not irrelevant news. It's not even news. It's just a hot take. It's the hottest of hot takes in the world. Ollie mentioned us rushing 3 and leaving a QB spy. Who else runs a defense who only rushed 3?
That's what I was saying earlier. That's
Wade
exactly what I was
Phillips.
saying earlier.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was
So-
it, and I didn't even get an intro.
That was almost as slow as Tony's day old Jets news, but that was brilliant. That was brilliant. All right, guys. Time to get dancing. I can't even remember the quote. But after a win like that, you've got to guess.
Just eat crow, baby.
No, Mitch knows the quote. Mitch has got the quote.
Go on, Mitch.
I haven't got a disco ball in here, but let's all start dancing. Excellent! What a win! What a great game!
All right, guys. Well, should we have Kevin back as well? Drop that in the comments. Keep on going. Should we have him back after he was a defector, but he was a good loser to come in? All right, guys. Have a great one. We'll see you Saturday.
Again.